Yeah. Oh, welcome in to Extremely Average Fantasy Football Podcast with your host, Clayton Hill. You can find us wherever you found us this time. You can also find us on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, Apple Podcasts. Wherever you watch, wherever you listen, we be out here. And today, we are going to go through an actual mock draft. I'm brainless. And so it's going to be really interesting to see how this goes. I'm in a waiting room, just a heads up, 2.5 minutes until we can get into this draft. It looks like we'll be at fourth. Yeah. And so we're gonna go in other videos. This is the biggest weekend coming up for football draft. If it's not for you, it should be. I highly recommend waiting until that weekend before, days before the first game of NFL, to get on and do to pick for your draft, your actual draft. But we're gonna do a mock draft today. You just want to push that back as far as you can because of injuries, because of contracts and things like that. Like right now, Jonathan Taylor didn't get traded, last Tuesday, whatever. You have Jackson Smith-Njigba, who was dealing with a hand injury. Cooper Kupp just re-aggravated. I think it came out today where he just re-aggravated his hamstring. Things are happening in the preseason and in practices where if you can, please try to push your actual fantasy football draft as late as possible. Labor Day is a great day to do it. Most people have the day off. I have one draft tomorrow, which is Saturday, one draft on Sunday, and then 3 drafts on Tuesday. I don't recommend doing that. That is not what I wanted to happen, but I'm at the mercy of the rest of my league mates. I am a team player, and so we're just going to figure it out. Today, we're doing a mock draft on Yahoo. I don't think I've done a mock draft on Yahoo this year, so it'll be really neat to see what's going on. And if you would rather watch, I'm going to post this on YouTube where I have it'll have a screen share going on so you can see what I'm seeing as I'm talking about. We're 30 seconds away from starting this draft. Ladies and gentlemen, and everybody outside and in between of those gender roles, we are getting ready to go into it. What I typically do for a draft and what my goal is here, I would go running back heavy. They're just such a teardrop for not like crying, not dropping tears. There is such a difference in talent. It just falls off for running backs. Forgive me, my words are going to fail me. This is my 3rd or 4th podcast in a row. I'm trying to get all the information out, quote unquote preseason, but preseason's pretty much done. This is a time a week before is when I kind of start engaging and listening to podcasts and seeing what's going on, what happened in training camp, what's happened in the preseason. I have Yahoo Fantasy Plus. Look at me. So it's going to, all right, making fun of that, making fun of myself, but it's going to give me suggested players up top. I don't know about all that. Where's my team? My team's over here. I just want to, I don't really care about other people's picks. My queue is kind of nice to have. I like to see my roster. Seeing my roster is super important. We're still a minute 45 away from actually getting in this. This is probably this would probably have been better live, but dude, we're just doing it. We can talk about my draft. I like to go running back heavy first. If it's a full PPR, I might go with a hero wide receiver situation. But there are a lot of wide receivers that I like in this draft, and there are a few running backs that I like. There are a few quarterbacks that I like and a few tight ends that I like, but the gap isn't as far. Unless you're going Travis Kelce or Mark Andrews, like maybe TJ Hawkinson, like that tier, sure. You're going to get a return on your value. I'm not a George Kittle guy. He can't stay on the field. There's so many weapons in that offense. Kyle Pitts burned me last year. So that's just me being burnt, but also like knowing that Atlanta is not going to be throwing the ball really enough for him to be relevant week in, week out. I'm not an Evan Ingram guy. Again, a lot of weapons on that offense to go around. I'm a Pat Freiermuth guy. Well, hey, let's go. Young quarterbacks love a good safety blanket tight end. I'll take that. Might be a David Njoku kind of guy. Give me a big physical dude out there that do some damage. I'm definitely a Darren Waller dude. Definitely on for Darren Waller this year, but I just don't know about the ADP. You're giving up a lot when you do that. Same thing for a quarterback. You're giving up a lot. If I did one, I would go with Justin Fields. Hey, it's starting. Holy cow. All right, cool. Who'd they take? Justin Jefferson? Oh, I'm on 4. I'm like, I thought I was drafting, and all these other ones I've drafted second. So we're drafting 4th. That's good to know. Travis Kelce, Jamar Chase, Patrick Mahomes, Austin Eckler still on the board. Look at Austin Eckler. It'd be terrible if he fell to me, wouldn't it? And Austin Eckler goes. So we will go. It's between Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, and Saquon Barkley. And I tell you what, man, we're going to stick to it. I want Saquon Barkley. Just a 3 running back run there of McCaffrey, Eckler, and Barkley. Justin Jefferson, the first wide receiver to go, and then Jamar Chase right after. And there goes Travis Kelce. He's going in the middle. I can't do a first round pick on Travis Kelce on a tight end. And I know that we haven't, like what he did last year is ridiculous, but he is getting old. Dude's getting up there. And do I see much changing though? I don't see much changing at all, actually. From last year to this year. So I think he will be a beast. It's just I can't do it. Look at Nick Chubb. Really? Come on, man. I love Nick Chubb. I like Garrett Wilson for receiver. Love Tony Pollard. I like Devontae Adams. Sure. Amon-Ra a little. I don't know why I'm iffy about him. I've never had him. I think he is called the Sun God. So clearly there is talent there. Bijan Robinson in 9th. Are you kidding me? Bijan Robinson's going to be amazing. There's one league where I'm drafting second, and it's a no-money league. I've got some people that work in collegiate athletics, and since football is sponsored by the NCAA, they can't bet on any level of football, including the NFL, so we can't put any money down on it. So I'm in it as a freebie kind of a deal. I will go Bijan Robinson number 2 in that league. Like, why not? If we're not paying for it and it's just for fun, I would love to have Bijan Robinson, who's going to get 300 plus touches this year. Like, they are just going to run the ball over and over, and he is talented. You cannot stop him. It's going to be really, really fun. So we are coming up here, and we'll have a couple of picks since I was 4th. Probably looking at a... Really? Look at Jahmyr Gibbs all the way down there. And Joe Mixon. Jahmyr Gibbs above Joe Mixon on Yahoo. Don't agree with that. Joe Mixon has no competition in the backfield. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be splitting every other carry. Look at this. Is Garrett Wilson going to fall to me? Will he fall? If not, Chris Olave is there. I love Chris Olave. I like Devonta Smith. I think he's a heck of a talent, but a lot of weapons out there. Chris Olave is going to be everything in New Orleans. And I think he was like first in air yards. Garrett Wilson. That's really tough. It's really tough to sit here and have Garrett Wilson staring at my face and not get him. So yeah, we're gonna split it up. I'm gonna go with Garrett Wilson, and then I'm gonna go down and get one of my running backs that I like, either Joe Mixon or Jahmyr Gibbs. Just talking about some Jalen Waddle, I like him too, but he's competing with Tyreek Hill. Who's going now? So I went Garrett Wilson. Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen just went, so we're starting the elite quarterbacks, run here. There goes Jalen Waddle. I like him, but he's number 2. Chris Olave's going to have everything. I picked Garrett Wilson because he's got a Hall of Fame quarterback throwing to him right now. Najee Harris, not big on him. Like, he has to have volume. You have to have that volume, or you're not going to get your return on investment. And I think he will have that volume. We just saw his inefficiency go down. Yeah, I would rather. Okay, what we got? It's my turn to draft. Okay, who up? Devonta Smith, again, a number 2. Who do I have? I have Garrett Wilson, Saquon Barkley. I really do want to get these. I want to get this Joe Mixon. He has it all. Secure that. Yeah, I'm going to be missing out on a lot of players, but Joe Mixon has the entire backfield. So between Saquon Barkley and Joe Mixon, I've got 2 running backs with 0 competition. Joe Mixon on a high-powered offense. Saquon Barkley is just the dude for the Giants, so I like that, and we'll see what's up. Calvin Ridley goes next, another guy I've been staring down. If he can come back and play at the level that we've seen him play before, and I mean, you have Trevor Lawrence who should take a step up. There goes Jahmyr Gibbs, Travis Etienne. You already have Tank Bigsby working in with Travis Etienne. Lamar Jackson, can't say anything about him. Anything bad, if he stays healthy. Devonta Smith goes. Talented. I can't argue with these people. I see more value elsewhere. T. Higgins, kind of same story. You're playing in the shadows. I can get a number 2 receiver way later on. Like Garrett Wilson, because Garrett Wilson's the number 1 dude. Young guy, super talented. There goes Mark Andrews. Can't blame you there. It's just a 4th rounder, man. I can't I've found that Darren Waller I love to get if he falls, or Dallas Goedert if he falls. Those two, if they fall, I like to get them. DK Metcalf, I think he'll have a big season. J.K. Dobbins, not big on J.K. Dobbins, running back for Baltimore. Just hasn't stayed healthy. Tried to come back, had a couple issues last year, had to get back out and then back in. I'm not a big Dobbins guy. Some people are. I mean, if he gets it going, then that offense is going to be great, but they're wanting to pass the ball and their tempo is going to be insane. Amari Cooper, depends on Deshaun Watson, just has a question mark there. Number 1 guy, but depends on Deshaun Watson. Deebo Samuel, I will not draft in any draft, probably. Deebo Samuel, too many weapons, health issues, talent, but I think it's a Brandon Ayuk year, and you got George Kittle to compare with, and you have Christian McCaffrey. Dameon Pierce, I love. Dude runs hard. Love Dameon Pierce. Kenneth Walker III, I like, but they have Zach Charbonnet that's going to get the passing work. So again, not getting the passing work. I'm not worried about Devin Singletary out in Houston either. Dameon Pierce is the dude. Keenan Allen goes at a value. Like me some Keenan Allen, and James Conner goes. Miles Sanders goes. I'm probably at a Cam Akers situation here. Next, I'm going to play the ADP. So Breece Hall is still out there. I don't know what his health is like, and they paid Dalvin Cook a lot of money. I'm not drafting him. I could go Justin Fields here with my 4th pick. But I like Tyler Lockett, man. I guess I'll just take Breece Hall because I ran out of time. Really would have liked Tyler Lockett. So now I was going to go Tyler Lockett, Cam Akers. And I'm in a situation where I've gone with Breece Hall for that running back. So it'd be great if I knew how to draft Tyler Lockett. I'm going to put him on my queue. Oh, it's not my turn. Guys, it's been a long day. Okay. We're losing it. Okay, so I took Breece Hall unwillingly. And then George Kittle goes, I wouldn't do him. Alexander Madison, I find myself not drafting either. He wasn't efficient when he got it. I mean, everybody was excited to get him whenever Dalvin Cook was down or out, but that's because anybody that you get a chance to, be a top, like the RB1, sure. And Madison's going to be the RB1. I just don't know if he's going to be great. Dalvin Cook goes off the board. I like that pick. I would not have gone Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook. So now I'm in a situation where that Breece Hall, I've got to hold him for a while. Tyler Lockett is up. And I'm going to miss out on some people here. I'm going to go Tyler Lockett because I need that wide receiver too. So now I'm looking at Garrett Wilson and Tyler Lockett as my receivers. Heck yeah, dude. Give me the steady 10 to 12 points from Tyler Lockett every week, and then week-winning weeks with Garrett Wilson of 20, 30 points. Absolutely. And then I've got Saquon Barkley, Joe Mixon as my running backs. Yep. Both of them have the entire backfield. Breece Hall is going to have to. That's a stash. That's a hold and stash play. Dalvin Cook got paid. I think that he is going to get majority of the workload. They might run him into the ground until they know that Breece Hall is healthy. That can absolutely be a scenario. Because it's a 1-year deal. You paid him a lot of money, but it's a 1-year deal. So you might just run him into the ground and until Breece is ready to come back. I do think that Breece Hall is the main guy toward the end of the season. This is the first time I've drafted Breece Hall, and that will happen if you're not paying attention. I had a video out about why you should pay attention in your drafts because things like this happen. And here we go. Prime example. I helped you get there. Who else do we have? Joe Burrow going off. DeAndre Hopkins. I was hyped on him whenever he signed, but it's going to be a low passing offense. He's up there in age too. Jonathan Taylor just went. I would have rather had Jonathan Taylor than Breece Hall, honestly. Drake London just went. Great talent. He's probably going to be better than he was last year. Everyone was hyped on him last year. The Atlanta offense just sucked, but if it was anybody that was supposed to catch the ball, Kyle Pitts sucked, but Drake London, I don't know if he sucked, but I wasn't keeping up with him. He didn't live up to expectations. This year, I think that they might. I think that you could get a little more passing volume out of there. Christian Watson going off the board. I do like him. He's got to get his 6 targets though. There goes Darren Waller. There goes Cam Akers. 2 guys I was kind of eyeing. Okay, I am coming up. If I get James Cook out of Buffalo, I also like that. I like James Cook and I like Jahan Dotson. And if I would have had Cam Akers instead of Breece Hall, I might have gone Dallas Goedert here. and picked up the tight end that I really wanted, but I just don't think that's going to happen. If James Cook isn't there, I'll go Dallas Goedert. I hope Jahan Dotson makes it to me, though. I really, really like Jahan Dotson. Over Mike Evans, over Christian Kirk, over Hollywood Brown, over Michael Pittman. I'm going to get the guy that I really, really like, and then hopefully Goddard comes back to me, but I don't think that he will. If Goddard doesn't come back, we still have Freiermuth. That's the last guy on my list. That would have been a good time to check out the rest of the league if this wasn't like a 30-second pick draft. It would have been a really good time to see what the rest of the league had and didn't have. And I have to know after this pick that it's going to be a while until it comes back around to me, right? So what do I have? Breece Hall and Jahan Dotson. I'm still kind of hurting for some running backs. So even if I pick Dallas Goedert, I could pick Dallas Goedert. I'll miss out on Jordan Addison, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. I really like Jordan Addison. If I go Jordan Addison, I could come back. And get Antonio Gibson, maybe. Probably not. The way that this ADP is lined out, that's not going to happen. So every other draft that I've done so far is not going to line up with this one. Interesting. Okay, knowing they're all right here. Everybody that I want is right here. I'm not going to get, this isn't going to happen the way that I want it to happen. Okay, I'm probably going to have to like Jordan Addison. I like Antonio Gibson. I like Pat Freiermuth. All of the people that I want are coming up in like the same round. I like Zach Charbonnet. Samaje Perine, I think, is a good. Oh, shit. It's me. Jordan Addison. 5 seconds. Panic. I don't think Antonio Gibson's going to come back to me, and we really, 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 really need Antonio Gibson to come back to me. But there are some guys down here. What are you going to do? I like Gabe Davis. I like that dude. I'll be really bad about going through and putting people on the queue that like I really don't need. Like I don't need wide receivers. Get those off my queue. I need running backs. Where's Zay Flowers? Where's that dude at? Did he just go? No, that was David Njoku. I like Tyler Algier and Quentin Johnson, Jerick McKinnon. Just queuing some people up, just seeing some stars. I like Jalen Warren down here, Tank Bigsby down here. So we do have some opportunity. We're just taking shots on these guys, though. I like to have 3 solid running backs because one of them is going to get hurt. I've started with 2 and 1 that already is hurt. Not what we want. But we never give up, baby. We never give up. Oh, there's a Fantasy Pros draft assistant here, too. What is it doing? I don't really want that. 9 picks until my turn. Sorry, y'all. Just messing with some stuff here. Trying to see if I can get my draft assistant going for my Yahoo league here. Launch assistant. 6 picks until my turn. This is why you want to practice. No, this is not. It's not linked to my stuff. That's not what I want. Okay, this is why it's good practice. To see where people are going in Yahoo, to see where people are going in ESPN, to see where people are going in Sleeper, because it's all different, right? Come on, Antonio Gibson. You're right on the line. Just stay with me, buddy. Antonio Gibson, I really like, especially in a PPR. Because he is a pass catching back, and I think he's talented. Like one of the better pass catching backs out there. Gosh. Oh, don't. Come on. One more. Come on, baby. If I can get him and Zach Charbonnet, I'm feeling better. Or Samaje Perine, really. Raheem Mostert's still down there. Technically, the starting running back for Miami. Dude sucks, but. Son of a dookie. There goes Antonio Gibson right before me. So we're going to take Charbonnet. We're going to hope that Samaje Perine comes back to me. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, who else just went? Zach Charbonnet, Philadelphia defense. Cool. Hey, if you want to draft a defense in the middle of a draft, in the 9th round, by all means, please do that for me, because that's leaving better players on the table for me. Do not be one of the people. Philadelphia went, San Francisco went, Justin Tucker. Don't draft. What do we got? Samaje Perine still there. Let me read. Elijah Moore, Brandon Cooks, Dak Prescott, Treylon Burks, Raheem Mostert, Jamal Williams, Rashad Bateman, Cortland Sutton, Tua, Sky Moore, Anthony Richardson. We have to go Samaje. We just have to get that running back room kind of filled. And then, so I'll have one more position player and then a tight end, and then my 2 quarterbacks. I'm on the dart shot quarterback league now. I say that I've been doing that because that's been working for me. But if I look at the quarterbacks here, who do we have left? Yeah, see, Dak Prescott, Tua is still on the board. Anthony Richardson, Geno Smith, Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers, Jared Goff, Russell Wilson. If I can get like a Geno Smith and Kirk Cousins, or Geno Smith, Anthony Rodgers, Anthony Richardson, that's assuming that Dak Prescott and Tua aren't going to be there. I like Anthony Richardson as a backup just because of his legs and the potential that's there. Geno Smith, I'm pretty sure, was like a top 5 quarterback last year, at least through a stretch. So that's why I'm kind of chilling on them. My tight ends, we're out of my favorites already. It's Evan Ingram, Dalton Kincaid, Chig Okonkwo, Tyler Higbee, Cole Kmet, Dalton Schultz, and then it just drops. I like a Pat Freiermuth or a David Njoku, but it's fine. It's absolutely fine. So coming into this there's 3 people I'm looking at. I'm looking at Tyler Algier, Quentin Johnston, and Jerick McKinnon. For this last stretch, we need a running back, really. I like Tyler Algier, very talented. We were hyped on him last year. Don't forget, he's just running behind Bijan Robinson. That's really tough. So he's just going to be kind of like the breather guy. Quentin Johnston, if we needed a wide receiver, I do like him. His road to a number 1 is a little tougher. I've heard things where he's also a little slower to pick up on the offense right now. So maybe a little later in the season, but he's got to get through Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, which a lot of times there's only one of those on the field, so he could easily slide into a number 2, but I think he's actually in a wide receiver 3 or 4 on the depth chart right now. Jerick McKinnon had a stretch of like 4 games last year where he was just tearing it up. The pass catching back for Kansas City. I like the upside that brings, and knowing that he's probably going to get work right away. I like that too. So Jerick McKinnon is probably the guy that we're going to go with. And then the Kadarius Toney's still out there too, but like whatever. There's also Elijah Mitchell. That one you're kind of waiting. If anything would happen to Christian McCaffrey, then you've got you're in a great spot to be in. And a little more predictable than Jerick McKinnon. Who's going off? Tua goes off the board. Dallas goes off the board. Jamal Williams goes off the board. Real late. That's a great pick. Evan Ingram, sure. Kicker. Defense. Devon A-Chain. He was not on my list. Oh, Tank Bigsby's still down there too. Tank Bigsby might actually be my favorite. Probably going to go Tank Bigsby here. Probably. It's just, I keep hitting this draft assistant, and it keeps shooting me over to another spot. And it's like, I'm next. Anyway, so, Tank. Tank would be my last position player. Raheem Mostert, Rashad Bateman off the board. Can't blame you there. Going Tank Bigsby. I like Tank Bigsby because he's a little tank. He's a little tank. He's getting pass-catching work already. And so I like that. I like what's up. I like the work. I like the rookie. I'm going to go Dalton Kincaid if I can for my tight end. Tight end for the Buffalo Bills. Talented last year. Cole Kmet would also be a pretty good option. Notice I haven't really used the Yahoo. I could, but I'm drafting him, and then we will punt the quarterback position. Get all these guys off of my queue. Anthony Richardson's, Kirk Cousins. Geno Smith is gone, huh? So let's see if I can stack anything. Aaron Rodgers. Somebody took Aaron Rodgers, really? That would have been nice to have to go with Garrett Wilson. Geno Smith would have been great to have with Tyler Lockett. It's fine, guys. Danny Dimes, not an option. Sure. I could go Sam Howell. Go Sam Howell to Jahan Dotson or Kirk Cousins, Jordan Addison. I don't really have... It's probably going to be a Kirk Cousins, Anthony Richardson. It's probably where we're at. Whoa, shaking things up. I haven't seen a lot of... There goes Ezekiel Elliott. Quentin Johnston off the board. Kickers and defense. Kenneth Gainwell, running back for the Philadelphia Eagles. I am staying so far away from that backfield. When you have 6 running backs, I don't know who's going to score that week, and I don't want the headache of trying to read somebody's mind. It's impossible. We can't do it, so why try? What was I going to say? I was going to say Bryce Young. Haven't seen any Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. Everybody kind of staying away from them. Sam Howell was looking good in preseason. I'm not seeing people drafting Matthew Stafford or Jordan Love or Brock Purdy. Derek Carr, Russell Wilson. Excuse me. All those guys have just been left on the board. There goes Anthony Richardson. That was my upside. That's all right. Yeah, that's fine. We are going to take a shot. I have drafted 0 Kyler Murray. 0. Because we don't know what's up with him. But if Kirk Cousins is still chilling there, Now I'm looking to go Kirk Cousins, Kyler Murray. If I can hold on for a few more picks. So we're looking at 35 minutes just about right now to do a mock draft. If people just pick up the pace here. Yeah, Kirk Cousins, draft him, tight. And we'll see if we can get around to Kyler Murray coming through. What are the notes right now? Let's see. Murray has been able to do some incredible things on the football. Okay, I don't care. Much of last year, sure. In line to start season on the pup. They don't want to activate him for the regular season. Right, so we know he's missing 4 games, sure. Hasn't practiced. It was December of last year when he got hurt. But they also, Arizona just got rid of Colt McCoy. It was Colt McCoy and Clayton Tune. Tune time is all there is. It has to be Tune time. But since I have Kirk Cousins and I have some time, if I can get Kyler Murray, that's actually, I don't know why I haven't been thinking about that. If you can start a quarterback for the first 4 games, if you have somebody to and I would plan on maybe the first 6. I don't know what's going on with Kyler Murray, but why would I not do that? Okay. The last one, we're just going to kickers and defenses. I don't know, whatever. All players is what I'm putting up there. And I'll let the draft assistant kind of guide me here. But that is that's my strategy. Really, I'm more of a running back heavy. I really wish, man, that's all right. Breece Hall is still a hell of an athlete. Do not get me wrong. But I would have liked to have a guy that I could play right out the gate. So we'll see where we end up here. Honestly, it doesn't matter. I'm not really going to have you guys stick around for a kicker and a defense. We'll just pick them as they come up. So it looks like for running back, Saquon Barkley, Joe Mixon, Breece Hall, Zach Charbonnet, Samaje Perine, and Tank Bigsby. A lot of names that I like. For wide receiver, Garrett Wilson, Tyler Lockett, Jahan Dotson, Jordan Addison. Cool. I'm good with that. Our tight end is Dalton Kincaid. And our quarterback is Kirk Cousins and Kyler Murray, waiting on him to come through. So I don't hate this. I actually don't hate that. Breece, I don't even know if I mentioned Breece Hall. My turn to draft. Tight. Let's go with a kicker. I don't mind that at all. We had to, quote unquote, damage control with the Breece Hall pick. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to use them right away. I also wouldn't go Breece Hall because I have Garrett Wilson. So I don't want a wide receiver and a running back from the same crew, especially up there and especially on the Jets. Bengals, sure. Chiefs, sure. Bills, sure. Jets, not excited about that. Just not a high firepower offense. So that's kind of where we ended up on that one. But that gives you an idea, especially if you've never seen a draft go down before. It just, for beginners, gives you a little thought process. My turn to draft. We'll go with the suggested defense. It doesn't matter. We're streaming kickers and streaming defenses week to week. I do not care who is on my roster. And I wonder if it's going to give us a little analysis here at the end, but that gives you an idea of what something looks like on Yahoo at least. We had our ADP is pretty much the main screen here. I have no idea what just happened and why it spazzed out on me there. Draft complete. Okay, it says. Cool. And I guess there's no way to I just messed this view up. Sounds fancy. I don't know what's going on. Okay, well, we're probably not going to get a grade from this. That gives you an idea. Wow, lots of mumbling at the end. Get in there, get yourself a mock draft, practice on Yahoo, practice on ESPN, whatever platform you plan on playing on, practice on that. Sleeper's out there too. I don't know if Sleeper's like an open market one though. I think Sleeper's like basically an ADP computer generated one. ESPN and Yahoo do have like an open type of simulated draft where you're going to be drafting against other actual people. But get out there, practice makes perfect, see what fits for you, do plenty of them so you kind of get comfortable with where people are going on that platform. You can build the team the way you want to, and have a good time and hopefully crush it this year and your fantasy football season. Thanks again for joining us here on Extremely Average Fantasy Football Podcast. Follow me on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, Apple Podcast. Follow me on the X. Follow me on Twitter. That's where I'm going to do most of my... I'm only doing one podcast a week. That's the goal. We'll see if that even happens. But if you want to follow along through the season, like day to day, Twitter or X is where that's going to be. Those are more real-time updates, real-time thoughts. And you can find out like maybe waiver wire decisions or start and sit decisions, stuff like that. But follow me on there, and we'll see you guys next time. Good luck this season. Peace.